Welcome to Reading Through the Bible with Foluke. That's me. So, we've been reading through the story of Noah, and we're about to transition into the next generation. Okay? But I want to unpack a little bit of what happened after the flood. Hope that's okay with you. So, if you recall, Noah and his wife and his three sons and their wives get off the boat. I want to read this because I don't know if people catch this. Okay, because again, I didn't so many times. So I'm trying to point out things to you guys that took me repetition to see. I'm saving you time. You're welcome. All right. So the sons of Noah who came out of the boat with their father were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the father of Canaan. From these three sons of Noah came all the people who now populate the earth. After the flood, this is it, Noah began to cultivate the ground and he planted a vineyard. Now, this is the part no one connects the dots on. And this is how the rest of the Bible plays out. So it's so critical that we connect the dots with the first repeat. Okay, this is what I mean. Adam was planted in a garden. And what was he commanded to do? Cultivate the ground. He was told to be a gardener. Right? Besides being fruitful and multiply, he was given his first job. The first job ever in all of humanity was gardening. And God commanded him to cultivate. And now we're seeing another man, a first. Okay? When Adam was on the scene, he was on the scene by himself. And God said it's not good for him to be alone, so he created Eve. Now we see take two. And it's Noah. And this time Noah's on the scene, but he's not by himself. Right? And God gave him 7 others, 1 plus 7, but he's given the same commands. Be fruitful and multiply. Cultivate the earth. And he's in a garden, a vineyard, he decides, right? He's going to plant grapes, and I'm sure it was delicious, and all kinds of things. But just like Adam, what did Noah do? Noah ate of the tree, the vine, of the knowledge of good and evil. I'm stretching that a little bit, but he ate a fruit. He sinned. Noah fell. We talk about how Adam and Eve fell. But then, second opportunity, a whole new group of people, and they fall too. Noah fell. But then guess what happened? His sin had an impact immediately on his son. So instead of Cain killing Abel, we now have a situation where Ham is the one that is being shameful in his response to his father's nakedness, right? But even before we get to Ham, why is it that Noah is naked? Do you see that? Adam, naked. Noah, naked. God is trying to show us the, I don't want to say coincidence, no, the connection between the two stories. So the ark, we talked about salvation, right? And now that they're off the ark, there is now a repeat of creation. Everything is new. Remember, God separated the waters above from the waters beneath. Now that the flood is done, the waters above have gone back and the waters beneath have now receded. Everything is new. Everything is being cultivated. And yet, take two, the same response. They mess up. Sin is already in the world. They can't help but mess up. Adam gets drunk. I watched a movie about this, and the one thing I got from this movie, I won't even say which movie it was, that I actually thought, oh my goodness, it never occurred to me while reading the Bible, the story of Noah, was the impact it must have had on him. After all those years, he lived to be 950 years old, right? 600 years watching his neighbors sin and just mess up. But he may have actually had connections with some of those people. Family members, right? I'm sure he wasn't in a bubble. He had uncles and aunts and nieces and nephews, cousins. And Noah literally just lived through all of these people dying. It might make you want to have a drink too. I don't know. But that had to have some impact on him. He took it a little bit too far, got drunk, passed out, and created a situation where his own son now is caught up in sin because of his father. And that nakedness, right? When Adam was naked and Adam and Eve were naked, God was the one who atoned for. He killed an animal, took the skin of the animals to create covering for Adam and Eve. So now we're going to see how God atones for this. And we're going to see over and over again, but it starts here, the story in the stories in the Bible of how people are given a third and a fourth and a fifth and a sixth chance. Every man and woman is given another opportunity, right? But our sin takes over. And you're going to see human beings trying to be their own saviors. You're going to see people like Noah, like, okay, starting fresh, woohoo, oop, he fails, he messes up. And then there's going to be someone else that we think is going to be a great grand hero, is going to be awesome. And then he's going to mess up. And then there's going to be someone else that's like, oh my goodness, he's such an amazing man. And he's like, he's going to mess up. And the reason why we see this over and over and over again is because God is trying to tell us something. He's telling us that we cannot save ourselves. Noah can't save himself. Abraham couldn't save himself. No one can. Not until Jesus came to redeem us all. Until then, there was just atonement. And I think it's a beautiful thing that God created this story, and he's just sharing with us how much we try. But in sharing with us how much we try, he's also letting us know how much we need him and how much he wants to be there and to walk with us in the cool of the garden. So that is unpacking Genesis chapter 8 and chapter 9. And the curse of Canaan will also continue to be explored throughout the Old Testament. I just find it so interesting that Canaan himself did not do a darn thing. Have you ever had that? When you are the recipient of someone else's mistake. Well, for today, we're going to end on that. It feels like we're ending on a bit of a downer, but come back. Continue reading through the Bible with Foluke.